I'm Stephan Cohen from France, #1 player.
And me, Alex Montpelier.
I'm Fabio Petroni.
My name is Daniele Corrieri.
The venue is awesome and everything is big, and I mean, we hope to play good here every year.
This is one of the biggest tournaments in the world. We play for our country. We are proud of that.
Tough team, but only tough players are here.
I respect them a lot, and I know that we have to play very strong and solid to beat them.
It's a short race, so race to 7, everything can happen. So we are positive.
Daniele says then we are two players, then we are good pocketing. And also if our position is not too good, we have a chance to make the ball.
Italy versus France, a traditional rivalry in many sports. And, you know, Jim, just looking back at that first match, that had to be the epitome of what the World Cup of Pool is all about. There's so much tension and drama, and the match can change on the turn of the slightest turn of the ball. Just amazing.
Yeah, you just know that Indonesian team, that's going to be a long flight home, Ted, but what an act to have to try and follow France and Italy. Stephan Cohen, the elder statesman on the French side, plenty of experience. The young man who'll be playing with Fabio Petroni.
Daniele Corrieri, both players hailing from Rome. You know, a lot of our fans might remember, you know, in almost every World Cup of Pool, Fabio has played with Bruno Moratori, but Daniele happens to be further up the rankings of the Euro Tour, so that's what he is doing here. And Fabio is next in line. Fabio, of course, a veteran of many years on the scene, the professional scene, and 42 years old. Fabio still a top world player. And Stephan Cohen once won the World Straight Pool Championship. Different format of pool.
France win the lag.
Different discipline. So France wins the lag. Stephan Cohen will break. Remember, it's a race to 7. Winner breaks.
First rack, race to 7 racks, France to break.
Of course, your referee, the legend, Michaela Tab.
And we'll see how big that lag is with the winner breaks format. Can string them together. Mind you, not this time. A dry break from France.
I don't think Stephan was paying attention in that last match. Maybe he was up in the practice room. He didn't. He put the cue ball about 2 inches behind the line, which was a bit unusual. And he didn't even come. He didn't even come close to making a ball.
Decision time early. Should be able to duck here though, Ted. You should find cover. Well, he actually went for the one. Let's see if that cue ball finds cover. It's kind of a two-way shot. He was trying to make the one, but that cue ball was always coming back behind the colors. That's where the 2 is.
So we start things off here in our second match here at the World Cup of Pool with a safety battle.
Yeah, and looking at the lay of the land as Stephan Cohen eyeballs everything, you have to feel that the mistake could prove pivotal in this opening rack. Race to 7, remember. First round action.
No, that doesn't work.
No, he's left that one into the top right corner. And Fabio, right now, just looking at position to the 2. In his mind, he'll have given himself the 1 ball.
Now, these players will not have had a chance to play on this table. We have 2 diamond tables up in the practice room. Different conditions up there, though.
Ted, I can tell you from experience, as Petroni eyes up this one, nice shot, nice position to the 2. The practice tables never play like the match table. It's like the driving range in golf. How often do you see people hit them crooked on the driving range?
Now, everybody's a champ on the driving range, Jim.
Well, he's left himself slightly hampered queuing over the balls here, but he wants to try and keep the cue ball on the left-hand side of the table. It'll be the 4 next, just below the 8.
I was talking with Fabio yesterday, and he says he still feels like he's at the top of his game. He plays as good as he's ever had, and I've seen Fabio in the biggest tournaments, the World 9-Ball Championship, and when he turns it on, he is tough to beat. But he lamented the fact that he's never been able to win a major championship. And so many factors come into that. He works as a when he's not playing in tournaments, he works as a teacher, pool teacher, and coach in Rome.
Well, I know, but didn't Fabio and Bruno Muratori used to own a club in Rome, or do they still?
Yeah, no, they don't anymore. They used to.
Young Daniel, nicely controlled cue ball there. Fabio says they're good friends, and we talked about this off air, Ted. So important for the players to basically nominate that captain, the guy that's going to take the lead role out there. In this case, little doubt that it's going to be Fabio with his experience. But not always that easy whether the other one is going to accept that fact. A little tricky here. Should get the 8. Just if he wants to try and draw the cue ball to the right-hand cushion, or just follow through for the 9 next. Yes, Fabio liked it, and he hopes he sees a few more 9s like this as this match unfolds.
Well, that's how you do it. You take advantage of the errant safety, as Italy just did. Stephan Cohen leaving that 2 ball wide open early in the rack. The 1 ball, and Italy cleans up to take the lead 1-0.
Yeah, a little impressive too, the way that young Daniel struck the ball. Stephan, you know that playing in the European Tour events, these guys know each other's games pretty well, but you got to be impressed the way young Daniel handled the pressure there, and he thumped everything in with authority.
Oh, look at that. That's the key. Just you got to be relaxed. You got to be enjoying yourself. This is a great opportunity for these guys to play on this kind of stage, seen around the world and under the bright lights.
Yeah, and you can never discount
Second rack.
the pressure out
Italy
there.
to break, leading by 1 rack to 0.
Well, as we saw in the last match, the very first match here at the World Cup of Pool, where Greece barely got by Indonesia in a hill affair. It's really all about the pressure in an event like this.
Well, the wing ball into the corner pocket, but no position to the 1, Ted. So this is probably going to be a push out from Fabio. He can lay that cue ball anywhere at the far end. See, what Fabio's concerned with here is he doesn't want to leave France with an attacking option. He knows he's not going to be leaving anything, but he doesn't want to leave France an aggressive option with a safety.
Push out.
See, what he's done here is he's left him a shot at the 1, but it doesn't avail any position to the 2.
Yeah, the 2's backup
30 seconds,
table
please.
by the 9 ball within that little frame where they put the rack.
Start the clock.
Yeah, not surprised that they bring Fabio back in. So you can't
Reset,
see
please.
Fabio attacking here either.
30 seconds, please.
Just no value. There's no rewards in going after the one, and it's not that easy a shot on the one. Well, how's that little effort from Fabio Petroni, the fabulous one?
That's a professional effort right there.
And you know what? He just took France and me back to school. What a shot from Fabio Petroni.
The teacher took him to school.
I didn't think there was any way he was going to attack there, and what a shot. And that might well have laid the foundation for the second rack. Everything's in the open now.
It's only a race to 7. France won the lag. Errant safety by Stephan Cohen of France led to Italy winning the first rack. And here we go. Some very, well, a clever push out, you'd have to say now, Jim, from Fabio has led to this.
And Ted, he got down and knocked that one in without even thinking about it. Never even looked at the safety option. You can see the 8-9's not set into the corner. Now Fabio's having a real good look to see if it goes into the bottom right corner past the 9. It certainly goes into the left side pocket. The position he plays from the 5 to the 6 here will tell us where he's going to be playing the 8. Yeah, and it goes into the corner anyway. So no dangers.
5.
The odds makers made Italy a decided favorite in this match, and I thought this was a lot closer than it looked, and the way that Italy's playing right now, they may be proven right. Slightly short of what would have been ideal position, but again, you got the right guy at the table.
The problem is, Jim, looks like he's going to disturb this 9 ball here.
Well, no, he'll draw away from it, Ted. And even playing follow, he shouldn't touch the 9.
Extension.
The only way that 9 moves is if he's mishit the 8. Well,
he was thinking about it.
And he got lucky. Mark this one down, though. You won't see many like that from Fabio. That had a clear path to the corner pocket, and he just misjudged it. And he's going to have to kick at this. Looks like he might just get to the edge of it, but kicking off the bottom cushion as we look. No, it wasn't easy. He knew that a full contact, he was going to be leaving it. He was probably happy to get back to the table.
Well, and this is a good chance for Daniele Corrieri to show his stuff here to his veteran partner, Fabio. Difficult pot here.
And again, you know, it's still early days, so a little nervy.
5.
With confidence, but he's got to have position.
And we just saw Fabio miss an easier 8 than this 9 he's looking at. And this one carries all the weight of another rack win. And he's missed it. As a matter of fact, that one never threatened the corner.
And he got lucky.
Well, never say that, Ted, as we see this. He would have needed a bucket there to welcome that 9 into the... He missed that by miles. A lot of movement. But a bank shot, the only option now. Young Alex Montpelier. Side pocket.
Nicely done.
Didn't get too lucky now, Tim.
Yeah.
That's why you always wait until the shot is played, but that's a great bank shot, and that is going to plant some seeds of negativity, certainly into the Italian camp.
Well, the
1-1.
only reason I was saying that, Jim, was because I felt that Alex, having been left with a difficult, bank shot is not the easiest shot for a youngster who's clearly playing on the biggest stage he's ever played on, to win a rack. But good for him. It's a good way to get loose and to calm the nerves down.
Well, Italy knows they let that one go. That was one they lost. 1-1 though. And that was a good bank shot from young Alex there. Proudly wearing the French colors.
Okay.
And again, you can wager that Stephan
Thank you.
Cohen
Third rack. France to break.
will
One
be
rack
wearing the
each.
captain's hat in this pairing.
Oh, for sure. He'll be the one dishing out advice. Stefan's been around the world playing pool for many years and has appeared on a lot of big stages, big tournaments, and television matches.
One into the side. Looks like he's ideally placed for the 2.
Nicely done.
Yeah, really, Ted, one good positional shot from the 2 to the 3. And you feel like Italy might not be getting out of their chairs.
So let's remember that missed 8-ball by Fabio in rack number 2. Italy was well on their way to a 2-0 lead, and now look. It's funny how this game goes sometimes.
Just pinched the pocket a little bit there and gave himself a nice angle to get close to that 3. Yeah, he was trying to push that cue ball. I think he intended position to the side pocket. That 4 does not go by the 5 into the corner, and there you see it clearly. That was a hiccup from Alex. And you know these players, they just hate to give the table up, regardless. He's trying to duck in behind the 7 and the 9. He didn't get there. He's left a chance here. It's a thin cut into the corner pocket.
And if he does go for it, Jim, where's the reward? Because that cue ball would be flying all over the place.
Extension.
Yeah, they've got the 30-second shot clock they have to be mindful of. Lee uses the extension. This is the big shot. Look out.
Foul shot.
Well, that's how you
Ball in
spell
hand.
relief for France. Ball in hand, you just can't see them failing now.
Start the clock.
Generally in 9-ball, ball in hand means a run out. You can put the ball anywhere, cue ball anywhere you want. Alex is quite relaxed. I'm impressed.
He traveled further than he wanted to there. He's just got to trundle this in. But the angle's taking the cue ball away from the 7. He overhit that by, a good foot and a half, easy.
So a good opportunity here for France off the scratch by Corrieri of Italy. And this is why you can't get down on yourself in pool. I mean, it's so easy to get negative in this sport, but it can change so quickly. In 1 minute you think you're dead in the water, the next you're back in the match leading. Just got to stay positive. So it'll be France taking advantage of several errors by Team Italy and Fabio Petroni. Stephan Cohen now up to break. It's a winner breaks format.
Yes, unforced errors, it's fair to say as well, Ted.
Illegal break, control passes.
Now there's our first instance of an illegal break. Now what does that mean? Does that mean they're going to cart off France to jail here in Portsmouth? No, not exactly. What that means is you must get 3 balls past that head string, or a combination of 3 either pocketed balls or balls over the head string. So if you get 2 balls pocketed and 1 over the head string, that's good enough. If not, well, it's an illegal break. The opposing team can take the shot, or if they don't like it, they can pass the shot back to the team who just broke. Did you get that? So illegal break. That's why Italy came back up and was able to shoot after that illegal break.
Yeah, looking at the 2-8 combination here, Ted. That was very well explained. I got it.
I just want people to know that they're not going to be arrested. You know, when we say illegal.
Now, this might have worked out. If this 2 goes into the side, very close, he might be able to follow through with this and leave his partner on the 3 into the corner. Flies in. And you know that Fabio wants to try and make amends, because for me, it was his missed 8 and 9 a couple racks ago that really allowed France to get off the mark. This game is all about living in the present, though, Ted, and you had asked me earlier. That's the secret to success. Don't be dwelling on the negatives.
Well, I've often said this, Jim. You know, we said at the top of the program that you're never going to play a perfect match, whether it be singles or doubles. There's always rough patches for every player. The key is, as you said, stay in the moment and know or hope and believe that your best is yet to come. And we saw it in our first match, Greece versus Indonesia, and Greece looked dead in the water. They right there in the last rack, the whole demeanor was, well, we're out of this. We're not going to win. And one mistake by Indonesia, Greece took the match. So now Italy with a chance to get one back, and I guess Fabio's hoping that he has an easy shot here, because he will.
Well, this is about as easy as it gets at this level. Well, this is exactly the sort of tonic that Italy needed. 2-2. Nice little series of shots from the Italian pair. And now back on song. Fabio Petroni, as decorated as anyone from Italy. Been there and done that and got the t-shirt to prove it, really, Ted.
Yeah, he's been a familiar face in pool for about 15 years. He plays in all the big tournaments all over the world. And again, Fabio has never won the big one. But, you know, you could say that about a lot of players. This is a very, very difficult sport. Very difficult. So hard to win any tournament. The competition in pool is so fierce. And as we often see, you know, a match can turn on just the slightest turn of a ball. Millimeter can change an entire career.
2 balls down off the break. The 2 into the side pocket, and he's got the 3 up near the corner pocket. But certainly Fabio Petroni has the measure of the break on this table.
We've been seeing that 1 ball every time when you hit from the side. Goes right into the side pocket if you hit it correctly. And again, there is no pattern racking. It's only the 1 is always at the top and the 9 is in the middle, of course. And the 9 is on the spot. Everything else is at random.
We'll probably play the combination here. Just get the cue ball up, make it as easy as possible. 4 onto the 8. And you know that 4 is going to be hanging around that corner pocket.
Good touch.
Now Fabio will just try and draw this just to get his partner a little closer to the 5. Even straight wouldn't matter. Well, it doesn't have to do anything. The 6 is right there. He'd leave that to the side pocket.
Corrieri leaves Fabio a shot on the 6 in the side.
Yeah, the favorites in this match, Italy, starting to look very much like they deserve that role. 3-2. Now ahead of France, the race to 7. They'll be breaking in rack number 6.
Oh, Jim, here you see the final 9 going down for Daniele Corrieri. What do you like is, you know, we always have our favorites, the Philippines, of course. They're the defending champion. England A, England B, they can all win it. Holland, we like. What about dark horses? I personally, in our next match, Austria, it's a team that a lot of people may not look at, but Albin Ocean made it to the finals of the World 9-ball. Mario He made it to the quarterfinals. 2 excellent players that may be overlooked.
Mario He, isn't he a world 8-ball? Is it 8-ball, or I think he won? Did he win a world title?
No,
just like that, eh, Ted?
But he's a young rising star out of Austria. So this time
That's dry. Nothing down.
and illegal. So now France has the opportunity to take this shot. Of course they will, because they can see the 1. It's a wide open shot. But they could pass it back if they wanted to. Of course they won't.
Yeah, big chance now.
2-9, Jim?
Well, looks pretty close. I don't know where he can get to with a cue ball. I guess they like it, because that's exactly what he's lined his partner up for. And he couldn't have placed the cue ball any better. Dead set. Never in trouble. 3-3. Just like that. The blink of an eye, it can happen in 9-ball. And France back on song. There. But right now the focus of our attention, this 3-3 clash between these two longtime rivals. 1 ball into the side. Needs a shot at that too.
No.
And I don't think anything too easily is jumping out, and that's the definition of being not too easy.
Well, again, you see that 1 ball tracking towards the side pocket. They probably made that about 80% of the time so far.
Just going to push out here, Stephan Cohen. Perfectly legal following the break. And then the incoming team will have the option to accept the shot from where the cue ball lies, or to put France back in. And I'd be surprised if they put France back in here, because he's got a couple options here, Fabio. Fabio, to me, looks like his only option, apart from trying to put distance between the two. He can drag that cue ball over the top side of the table. He's got those 2 colors, the 3 and the 5. He's bringing France back. I have to tell you, Ted, I don't agree with this. I don't think that anything bad can happen here playing safe. because you're going to put distance between the cue ball and the two, and there's a big chance that you can snooker them.
Well, you could call that a bit of maybe playing a bit of poker, going, well, you know what, Stephan, let's see how good your safety play is. Oh.
I didn't even know it went. Well, now I'm even more shocked that Fabio Petroni turned it back. I didn't even think the two went past the 7. Just a horrible decision from Fabio Petroni there. I mean, Ted, did you think that that ball went?
I could not tell at all that that was makeable. And that's a nice shot. Sort of marries up that cue ball to that orange 5. That's the key to safety play right there. You want to take that cue ball, you know, take it close to that blocking ball right there. Limits that you can't jump it, limits the angles on the way out.
Well, and you take the easy escape options out of the equation too, and that's exactly what young Alex has done. This is a tough hit because he's got to go to a short cushion.
Extension.
Never easy to tell the way the cue ball is going to come off that cushion. And the extension just was called. This is a tough hit, Ted. And even tougher to get it safe should he hit it.
That's exactly why you play those kind of safeties, because it's pretty much hit and pray. And the prayers of France have been answered. Open shot on the 3 ball.
Cohen just pulling that cue ball over to the side of the table to leave the 4. This is tricky position though. I mean, the 4, no problem, but getting back over to the other side of the table for the 5 means he's going to have to negotiate the angles. He's going to have to swing this cue ball around the angles in pocketing this 4, and he doesn't want to hit anything. And now he's left his partner with a very tough 5.
Yeah.
He's got no choice. The safety's tough. You might as well let it fly and go for it.
It's one of the toughest shots in pool.
Great shot from Cohen. Terrific effort. Well, we just saw it goes into the corner. That would be easier position to the 7. Tougher shot, but easier position. It's dead center.
Alex Montpelier making a very nice account of himself here. Biggest event he's ever played in.
Stephan just wants to push this through off 2 cushions and clear the 9, leave the 8 into the bottom corner. The only real danger with shots like that is overhitting them. They look good, France. And they're going to reply to the 2 that Italy put on them with 2 of their own. And for that reason, they now find themselves 4-3 in front.
It's just a race to 7. Winner breaks too. So France will be breaking in rack number 8. Very relaxed, these two. You can tell that they get along quite well. This is, you know, they're very comfortable with each other. I'm impressed with the youngster Alex. You know, it's not easy coming in here in a stage like this, and he's with a much more experienced opponent. I mean, partner.
You know he's nervous because he's got his break cue in his hand, and it's actually Stephan Cohen to break. Stephan waits for Michaela to hand him the cue ball. 4-3 their lead.
France to break, leading by 4 racks to 3.
And a good break would go a long way to taking them further in front.
Well, see now Stephan puts the cue ball right by the line. He still doesn't get the one ball anywhere close to the side. That's illegal. Illegal.
Yeah, of no real consequence, Ted, because nothing was pocketed.
So now Italy, they can shoot this or they can give it back, and they choose to give it back.
And the reason being is because Stephan is going to be pushing out. Italy wants to have the choice. You see again, 3 balls have to pass to the far right side of the table from that overhead perspective, the head string. Every ball pocketed counts as a ball, having passed it. Right now, this is pick'em this match. Italy came in as decisive favorites. I just forgot to tell France.
Well, as we saw in our first match, Jim, it often comes down to the safety play.
Well, and decision making too. For me, a horrible decision in the last rack cost Italy.
So we're going to try to perhaps use those balls in the center of the table as a blocking, as a wall.
5 seconds.
Create some distance between the one and the cue ball.
Well, that's a foul.
Foul?
Shot clock foul. Michaela's handing the ball to France.
Oh man, that's
Well,
unforgivable.
It is. First you see a big mistake in decision making. Now just a mental mistake.
You played to push it.
And Fabio, you got to put that out of your mind.
So that was off a push out. Now there's 5 seconds left.
Extension.
Oh, calls an extension. Okay.
That's what Italy was supposed to do.
One extension per rack. Well, that's a big mental error. And didn't you just say, Jim, decision making? Poor decision making right there.
You know something, Ted? Pressure doesn't always show itself with a missed shot. Sometimes that brain doesn't function.
But this is not an easy table, even with ball in hand.
Just slightly off angle here for France. Like to have been a little straighter on this 3. Oh, nice shot. Good recovery. He knew he was leaving his partner distance, but doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball now. Just stop it dead. He should leave himself a little angle, or his partner a little angle.
This is big.
You know, we saw Greece in the first match of day 1 come back from a 5-2 deficit to win Hill. If France goes through here, they're going to be 5-3 in front of Italy. This is the shot of the rack right here into the top left corner for this 6. Played with a lot of confidence.
You know, clearly Alex Montpelier is very comfortable. He probably looks at Stephan as like a big brother out there. And very relaxed. We haven't yet seen any nerves from the youngster.
Yeah, minus the hair. you can just go around the back of the 9, play the 9 bottom left. The reason the players like to do that, they're traveling a little bit with a cue ball, but it allows them to let that cue out, stroke the ball. And 5-3 is confirmed. Italy is in trouble. And France will break in rack number 9.
Thank you.
3 in a row now for France. So Italy trying to
Out the door and off
stop
on
the
left
momentum
side.
of the French, calls a timeout. That's a bit of a tactic, isn't it, Jim, in pool, where you often see players trying to break the bad spell by calling a timeout. And there we see we are in our second match, France leading 5-3. Our first match, 13th seeded Greece defeated Indonesia in a terrific, entertaining match, 7-6. And then it's Austria versus Portugal coming up next.
Yes, and then the evening session kicks off with the fancy Japan team against Russia, Stepanov and Shinnikov. And then Finland, former winners, the legend Mika Immonen against Korea. And then the holders, the Philippines, Dennis Orculio, Levan Corteza. They're going to be tough to beat.
Always going to be tough to beat. Another team you might fancy is Japan. You know why? They always come in relaxed, laughing. They enjoy themselves. They never let the pressure get to them. That's one of the keys to playing Scotch doubles pool.
And the first 2 rounds, races to 7. So survival is really the key. And that's what France is trying to do here. Stephan and Alex just having a little chat. Italy has left the venue. They've called a timeout, just trying to turn things around a little bit. It's been 3 in a row to Team France. Italy trying to just knock their momentum a little bit.
Yeah, often in these first rounds of any tournament, it's always about survival and getting to the latter stages, you know, because it can be quite embarrassing, especially if you're one of the top teams, if you go out early. And we said this, Jim, when we talked at the beginning of the whole show today about the pressure that's on some of these big teams, especially England A and England B, the pressure to perform here in front of their hometown fans.
Yes, and these players are totally unaccustomed to this format, the Scotch doubles format. I mean, normally pool, you're playing for yourself. You know, you've got no one to blame but yourself. You take your lumps. If you want to go home and smack your head against the wall, it's on you. But here you've got a partner, and you're playing for your country. Just a lot more pressure. We talk about it a lot, but it's a major factor.
And there is 250,000 big ones.
Major factors.
On the line. That tends to increase the nerves and the pressure.
Yeah, the blood rate. And what a beautiful host city, Portsmouth. Tons of history and tradition here. And Ted, as you said, 250,000 up for grabs. There's the disbursement.
Well, everybody goes home with something, but, you know, considering the expenses of travel and hotel, that 3,000 right there will not be enough to cover for most players. So, yeah, you lose in the first round, you really are going out a loser.
Yeah, but no team comes all the way here to the south of England looking to go home early.
And there you can see up to the quarterfinalists, 10,000 and 60,000 to the winning team.
Quick look again at the format employed here at the Betway World Cup of Pool. 32 teams, 31 countries represented. Host England with an England A and an England B, and they can both win this event. Scotch doubles, the winner break format. The early matches, your first 2 rounds, races to 7. And then it heats
Thank
up.
you, rack 9.
Quarters
France
and
to break,
finals,
leading by 5
little longer
racks,
races. And already we've seen that 30-second shot clock come into the scene.
To break for France, this winner breaks format, Alex Montpelier, making a very good account of himself. There's the 1 ball in the side. Now, will he leave a shot on the 2 for his partner, Stephan Cohen? No.
Doesn't look like it, Ted. Going to be a push out. And Italy will come back to the table with a choice. Stephan just looking where he can push to. 5-3 their lead. He's holding his Q-tip just to the bottom on the rail there. You got to be careful though, because that too will cut into the corner pocket, and I don't think you're going to get any more mental mistakes from Italy. So got to be a little more careful here.
Push out.
And it looks like where he's going, he is going to leave the cut shot available. Not sure about this choice. Again,
30
why
seconds,
would
please.
you leave a team, especially a team that's really been kicked in the teeth like Italy? Why would you leave them a chance? I'd lay you long odds that Fabio doesn't turn this one back, Ted.
Yeah, he'll be going for this one. But sometimes you get the feeling that players just say, hey, show me what you got.
He can play this, and even if he doesn't get it, he should be behind cover. And he gets it. You know, they basically returned the favor that Italy gave them. Just a horrible decision where to push the cue ball.
But let's take a look at the red 3. Great pot, firstly. Well, that'll be a safety. That could have been a lot better than it was.
Well, remember, he had to get a cushion after contact, so he was staying behind cover. But it looks like it's a... Is he looking at the jump? Would he be able to just jump over the edge of that 6 and be able to get the 3? I don't think so.
No, because it looks like the 9 ball.
He's kicking at the far cushion. This is going to be across the table. Outside chance he could get this.
Oh, great shot. Great shot with position on the 4. Boy, gotta like the way he's playing.
You really have to be impressed.
And remember, he banked a 9 in the second rack to take that rack. So he's playing very well, making a very good account of himself.
Yeah, he's willing that cue ball down. He's a little short.
How do you attribute a confidence to somebody who's never played in an event like this? He's clearly not in awe at all of his circumstances right now.
Well, it's as much down to his experienced partner as anything. You can see that Stephan is right there for him, having a quick look at the shot clock, calling the extension for his partner, in fact. It really is about teamsmanship. 2 minds thinking as one.
Hey, could France be a dark horse? Look at this kid. He's doing everything right.
He's left Stephan a tricky 6, though. Long distance into the corner. Carries all the way to the rack, because if he gets it, he could pretty well kick the remaining balls in. They look rock solid. I mean, that camera angle in behind Cohen's cue made that shot look a lot easier than it was, I promise you.
But can they close the deal? They are very close to it. This race to 7. And they are going to go on the hill.
Yeah, nicely played shot there, too. Let the cue ball go. But nicely controlled with position and speed.
Well, Jim, the odds makers favored Italy.
Prohibitively, actually. Thin cut into the side pocket to get to the hill. And 6-3, confirmed. France arrives to the hill.
Well, clearly the Stephan Cohen, this is the captain of this ship, but he has got an excellent first mate in Alex Montpelier. And
Illegal break,
this is
control passes.
whoa. You know, just when we're singing the praises of these guys, and an illegal break.
Yes, you see it. The wing ball in and the 3 ball in the other corner, but not one ball went above the head string.
He has not been breaking well at all.
Well,
Stephan.
he was a bit unlucky. A couple balls just catching the points of the side pocket. And Fabio, I mean, he really has been the benefactor of his own fate. A couple bad decisions, I feel, from Team Italy. And obviously we harken back to that missed 8 and 9 when they really could have stamped their authority on this match.
So it's a race to 7. The winner of this match will play the winner of Philippines versus Chile.
Extension.
Well, I wonder who they'll be hoping for there. Just a one-rail kick. And again, trusting to luck a little. Well, but you've
Full
got to
shot.
hit it.
Ball in
And
hand.
that'll be ball in hand to the Italian pair.
Okay, the first mistake from Alex. Now, it is a winner breaks
clock.
format, so it is now or never for the Italians. No more mistakes, Jim, from here on in.
No, you're exactly right.
They've got to play perfect Scotch doubles pool. And they've been relegated to their chairs for a good portion of the last few racks.
But you can never discount them out with the winner break format. Leads can be overhauled. 4 remain, and Italy have to win all of them. And knowing Fabio, there'll be no give up in this side.
You know, the pool gods are really funny. They're fickle. It never is easy. Rarely do you see a team waltz across the finish line. I mean, France was playing terrific pool, and then all of a sudden, right as they're on the cusp of a terrific looking victory, an illegal break. And now here comes Italy.
Yeah, with 2 balls down, no less. But Italy pull one back. They need 3 more. It's still a 6-4 lead to France.
So we saw Alex Montpelier with his first mistake of the match in that last rack, and that led to the ball in hand for Italy. Doesn't seem too phased by that.
Well, in the minds of the French pair, you know that they feel like they're going to get back to the table at some stage in this match. You know, what's going to welcome them, only time will tell.
Rack 11. Italy to break, trailing by 6 racks to 4.
Now, if Italy can get a break and run here, that would apply some serious pressure on the French. The 1 ball is down in the side pocket, but no
Illegal break, control passes.
An illegal break. So one ball down in the pocket. The red 3 went over
Reset,
the
please.
head string,
60.
and we needed either another ball down or another ball over the head string. That's why it's an illegal break. So France gives the table back to Italy, as they're allowed to do.
Because they want the option of having the choice. Italy's going to be pushing. It's a full ball snooker on the 2. So just where to push the cue ball.
Clock, please.
How's your Italian, Ted?
Not good at this point, but I think they're saying, let's not mess this up, because
Push out.
it will be a arrivederci if we do.
Oh, he's pushed into a jump.
Reset, please.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Start
Certainly,
clock, please.
Daniele Corrieri is very tall, so you have to feel like the jump shot is in his arsenal.
Yeah, France didn't even stand up out of their chair. They just immediately gave this shot back to the Italians.
Well, he's got to try and cut this into the side pocket. That's the only way there's any positional value. It's a thin cut into the side. He should be able to get the cue ball back up the top of the table as we look for the 3 if he gets it.
This is going to be really tough. He did it.
Doesn't want to be straight.
So now, yeah, good shot, except that he's straight now. Alex, there's a little bit of an angle here, Jim. Slight angle. So he can bring it out, the cue ball out for that pink 4. And now a long pot on the 4 ball.
Key shot right here. He's got to try and thump this in. It looks pretty straight, which means he's got to try and draw it. It is dead straight. He's looking to see what happens if he stops the cue ball there. He may have to try and draw this back. And that increases the degree of difficulty in the shot tenfold.
Extension.
I'll tell you, this rack is still wide open.
The moment has arrived. Alex and Stephan. Yeah, when you've got to try and draw the cue ball back that far, and they got second prize. But having to draw that cue ball back, 9 times out of 10, you tend to move on it because you need the power. Your head lifts up, and you get the same result on a golf course when you move your head. As I said, second prize, Ted.
Extension.
And now, very much, it shifts to Italy. He's got to hit this, and he's got to get it safe.
Looks like he's going to try to kick at it from the bottom rail. Or no, he's going on the side rail. Anything can happen here. That was a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, you could hear the groan from Petroni.
Ran into the 9 ball now. Leaves a thin cut on the 4. And should this go in, it's a natural angle for the 5 ball. Oh. Just barely. Open shot on the 5 now.
Yeah, just stop it dead. Doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. Again, stop it dead. Can leave the 7 to the bottom corner. I like what he's doing now. He's just gathering himself, composing himself, and embracing the pressure.
I like that word, embracing it, because you can't ignore it. You can never ignore the pressure. You have to put your arms around it.
Well, this one's over and out. What a performance this has been by this French pair.
What's impressive about this, and this is good team pool. This is how you play and succeed in the World Cup of Pool. So France takes down rivals Italy, and they move in to the round of 16.